Engines fired, right on schedule. 12:30 scheduled start time. We are here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Sunday. Drivers getting set to roll here now. Motors fired. 27 drivers ready to rock in DD2. This is going to be a good one. Remember the drivers at the back of the pack. Pierre-Luc Ouellette, Darren White, two of the fastest drivers in the category are starting scratch position. They are going to be on the hammer. They're going to be coming up front quick. Nobody cares about what happens in the back. These guys are going to be pushing to the front and dropping the hammer quickly. Up front, though, those other drivers are going to have to be scrapping to see if they can't find a way to the lead. It's going to be a great battle for sure as the drivers now getting set to go.
Alors voilà, ils sont maintenant en piste et c'est le tour de chauffe avant le positionnement sur la grille de départ pour cette finale en DD2, présentée par PSL Karting.
Elaine and I now working our way back over here to our announcer's tower, looking forward to what is going to be an amazing afternoon of competition. I'm getting goosebumps right now, to be honest with you. I'm getting a little fired up. I'm telling you, it's the main event time. I love it. All the way through qualifying, heat races, pre-finals. These guys have raced all year long to be able to get to this point right here, Elaine. This is it, the chance to win a Canadian National Championship and those 4 tickets to be part of Team Canada. I'm just jacked up and ready to go here now. This is going to be exciting.
Ça va être toute une finale et ces pilotes, comme le disait Rob, ont travaillé toute l'année pour arriver à ce moment culminant, donc ces championnats canadiens, et ils sont prêts. J'espère que vous aussi dans la foule vous êtes prêts, et en tout cas nous ici on est très excités de vous donner la description de cette course ici. Et si vous êtes sur le web, merci d'être là partout à travers le monde. On est au circuit karting Mont-Tremblant. Mon nom est Alain Cyr et je suis accompagné de Rob Howden. Et ce sont les championnats canadiens de karting 2012 ISN Canada FIA présentés par Canadian Tire. I was just saying, if you're watching us on the web, get ready. This is going to be a fun afternoon of racing here.
We have 8 main events set to go. Those drivers will roll off your DD2. Going to start things off again. We are in position and getting set to go. Drivers coming through turns number 9 and 10. Zach Robichon on the pole alongside of Pierce Herder. Row 2, Daniel Morad and Nicholas Latifi. Row 3, Ben Cooper and Daniel Burkett. Row 4, Tyler McEwen and Brendan Bain. And row 5, Hugo Mousseau on the inside. Dominic Legrand on the outside. It is about to get underway. Championship Sunday will take its big step here as we look for green the first time by. Robichon, your pole sitter, will set the grid. All the drivers rolling out here. Remember, watch out for the 401 of Pierre-Luc Ouellette and the 490 of Darren White. They're at the tail of the field, scratch position. They are going to be coming through like a hammer. Looking for green? No.
No, on the inside, went a little too quickly there.
Yellow flag flying. Everybody pretty jacked up, I think, right now. They know it. They were on the grid here getting things underway. Of course, these guys have got the butterflies as well. They know what rides here right now, what is up for grabs, what's at stake for these drivers here in DD2.
Zachary Richard Robichon qui était très rapide à l'intérieur dans le kart 491. De l'autre côté, Pierce Herder n'a pas suivi et j'ai l'impression que derrière également, on n'a pas suivi. Alors, on va recommencer le tour, on va faire un autre tour complet. Évidemment, c'est une finale de 12 tours, 12 laps.
20 laps, I believe, for the main event here, my friend. Let's have a look here to confirm. Yeah, 20 laps for our main classes. The other classes, the slower class, the juniors, our Briggs to Strattons are going to run 16, as will Micromax and Minimax. 20 laps. Now, you asked me yesterday about conditioning.
Yeah.
Or today as well. What's it going to be like? This is when it happens right now. We're talking about 20 laps around this 15 turn racetrack. It's a challenging course.
And it is hot.
And it's hot. I was just going to say, and it is hot right now. No doubt about it. It is super hot here. And again, these drivers are going to have to be in shape. They're going to have to stay focused, and it's about being as good as you possibly can at the end of the race. Now, drivers again rolling out here onto the back straightaway. This time looking good. Outside row a little ahead. They're going to bump and bang them, but here goes Robichon. We're looking for green, and we've got it. Green, green, green. Racing into turn number 1. Robichon holds on. Herder trying to go to the outside. Latifi with a decent start, as well as we are now underway Morad goes into third position. First lap around, Robichon, but here comes Morad down to the inside of Herder. Slide job into turn one. Book it, he's through. Morad goes to P2 with Robichon as your early leader.
Robichon qui est le meneur présentement, mais Morad a fait tout un dépassement dans le virage numéro 1 et il se retrouve maintenant deuxième.
First lap, always a little bit chaotic as the drivers scrapping for every little spot they can. Of course, in the heat races, we said, you may think a little different. Maybe you're thinking about not getting in trouble. In the main event, you got to go to the front, and you got to go to the front fast. Keep an eye out again for Pierre-Luc Ouellette and Darren White coming from the tail of the field. Where were they at the start? 21st and 22nd. They actually got 3 or 4 spots on the opening couple of corners. We are now underway. First time down the back straightaway. Robichon, your leader.
Avec Robichon qui prend beaucoup d'avance. Maintenant, il est le meneur juste derrière lui. C'est Morad et Herder qui est en 3e position. Ils vont repasser devant nous. Déjà, les Pierre-Luc Ouellette qui était parti derrière a pris quelques positions.
A couple drivers off further back coming through there. We'll try to get the name of those drivers who are falling down the order on us here. There's 2 drivers together over in turn turn 15, I guess. I'm going to say that's Stéphane Yassine and Laurent Beaumont. Here's the driver coming off. Is that Latifi? Let's have a look here coming off. The driver coming into pit lane. The 418 is off. That's Latifi. That's a Woodley as well.
Woodley right there.
Woodley. Oh, Nicholas Latifi in the 418 out the opening lap.
Wow. Malheureusement pour Latifi, c'est terminé. Il est déjà sorti. Et la même chose pour Woodley qui a eu des problèmes lui aussi. Mais c'est toujours Richard Robichon qui est notre meneur.
Lead right now about 5 or 6 tenths of a second because the driver on the move here, Pierce Herder rather. Herder able to get back by around Daniel Morad. So Herder, who as he said just got this car on Wednesday, they are rolling the Lewis Hamilton right now. He is reeling in Robichon. Pierce Herder.
Wow.
That is a veteran name in Canadian karting. Lon Herder himself, the father, been around forever.
Another good story here. Christophe Boisclair went from 16th to 8th position in 2 laps.
Remember, we're watching these drivers come through the field. Pierre-Luc Ouellette and Christophe Boisclair having great runs here right now. Christophe Boisclair started 16th, is already up to 8th. Pierre-Luc, who started dead last, is now 9th already.
Ouais, Pierre-Luc Ouellette qui fait une très belle remontée, maintenant 9e. Christophe Boisclair, lui, est 8e. Ils étaient partis, Pierre-Luc était parti dernier et Boisclair 16e. Alors, très belle course. Mais là, pour notre meneur, il sent déjà la soupe chaude derrière lui dans le droit.
Very interesting now. These 2 drivers, Boisclair and Ouellette, have driven together so many years. Let's see if they're able to hook up and work together. If Pierre-Luc can close up to the rear bumper of Boisclair, they're not even that far back right now.
No.
If they start to work and those cars come in, we may see either one of those guys still at the top of the charts here. Wow, what a run here for both Boisclair and Ouellette.
It's Richard Robichon first, Herder second, Morad, Cooper, Burkett, Bain, McEwen, Boisclair, Ouellette, Legrand, your top 10.
6 driver breakaway right now, though. Robichon leading the way. Herder in second. Morad third. Ben Cooper now runs 4th. Daniel Burkett 5th. And Brendan Bain in 6th spot. They've got a decent little advantage of about 3 seconds now over Tyler McEwen, who runs 7th ahead of Boisclair, Ouellette, and Legrand. And the other driver watching, Darren White, already to 13th. So White on his way up as well.
Ouais, il y a de très belles bagarres derrière également qu'on peut surveiller. On a vu des beaux dépassements. Ils étaient dans le 4 ici et 5 à 3 de large. Mais c'est pour l'instant, ça se passe bien pour notre quintette de meneurs. En fait, ils sont 6 maintenant dans ce groupe au devant et c'est eux qui vont passer devant nous. Voici le meneur Richard Robichon. Herder deuxième, Morad seulement 1/10 de seconde entre les deux.
Pierce Herder with a move to the inside. We have a new leader in DD2. Pierce Herder has taken over. He went down the inside to turn number 1. This has allowed Morad to close in as well on Robichon, but now we have a new leader. One thing, Elaine, it's a 20-lap race.
Yep.
If you're fast at the start, that's not necessarily going to mean you're going to be fast at the end. Maybe the car's set up to come in a bit earlier. It may start getting a little too tight, a little too grippy near the end of the race or start sliding around. So if you're fast early, not always going to be fast late. So we'll see what drivers have a setup that may come in a little bit later in the race.
Well, one thing is for sure, Boisclair and Ouellette are fast. They're closing up on McEwen. Rapide derrière Boisclair et Ouellette qui sont au bout du droit alors que les 6 meneurs sont devant nous. Et I tell you, you look down at the computer, you look up, and boom, there's a change.
You missed something.
Yeah,
you
missed something.
You know who's really pushing hard here right now is the number 472 of Daniel Burkett in the Lewis Hamilton car for Glover Brothers Racing. He's putting some pressure on Daniel Morad now. That's for 4th position. He's by, no, not quite. Actually, a little bit of trouble. He's slowing. Something wrong with Burkett. He slowed coming up the hill, and Bain got stuck behind him. I think there's an issue with Burkett right now. Look how much he fell back there.
Yeah.
He was right on the rear bumper of Morad, now finds himself back. I don't know what happened. He and Bain now have been dropped off the tail. It's now a four-driver battle up front as Burkett getting in trouble coming up the hill, slows up Bain.
Burkett qui semble avoir des problèmes et il a été passé par Bain, mais j'ai l'impression qu'il a des petits problèmes parce qu'il a vraiment ralenti la cadence. Et là, on avait un groupe de 6 et maintenant, on se retrouve avec un groupe de 4 devant. Voyons voir si au bout du droit, on est en train de dépassement. Non, on va rester sagement derrière, mais voyons voir si au 1, ça paiera pour Robichon.
Got to keep our eye on Boisclair again and Ouellette here. No pass to the lead. Here comes Boisclair in the 482.92 and Ouellette in the 401. They are running together.
Yeah.
55.3 for Boisclair, 55.2 for Ouellette.
Yeah, they are
3/10 of a second faster than the leaders.
Wow. 3/10 de seconde plus rapide autour pour Boisclair et Ouellette que notre meneur. Alors, ils vont sûrement remonter le peloton. Ils viennent de passer McEwen.
Pierre-Luc Ouellette able to get by Boisclair now, so Ouellette moves himself into 7th. He is the fastest driver on the racetrack right now. From dead last on the grid, Pierre-Luc Ouellette in the CRG for PSL Karting is flying. The number 401 turned a 55.271 last time by. 3/10 of a second faster than your leader, Pierce Herder. Ouellette is on the roll.
Ouais, Ouellette qui est vraiment très rapide et il a passé Boisclair pour reprendre la 7e position. Nos meneurs passent devant ici. C'est toujours Herder, Richard Robichon. Herder Herder, Robichon second, Cooper, Morad, and Bain, your top 5.
Ben Cooper's been managing his tires all weekend long, now sitting comfortably in the 3rd spot. And as I said,
grab her out over there.
Long way to go here still. We're only working lap number 9, still closing up on the halfway point here. So I think Ben Cooper in a pretty decent position as well. We do have that driver off over in turn number 10. I'll find out who that is next time by, but too far away for us to find out from our vantage point here now. But up front, it is an impressive run. I believe Cooper able to get by Robichon. So Cooper now into 2nd.
Robichon qui est maintenant de 3e puisque Cooper passé devant lui, j'imagine, dans le 13. Et là, on les voit.
Ben Cooper to 2nd spot as they roll around. Remember I said Cooper's been taking care of those tires. He knows it all comes down to this race here. Ben Cooper already actually qualified to run the Senior Max category. Drivers already qualified to run in DD2 in Team Canada. Pierre-Luc Ouellette, Scott Campbell, and Nicholas Latifi. So Latifi, a DNF, already on Team Canada. We'll see him in Portugal already. Keeping an eye as well on Pierre-Luc Ouellette, 55 flat last time by, 2/10 of a second quicker. He is slowly and methodically working his way back to the lead.
Pierre-Luc Ouellette qui continue tout doucement de prendre des dixièmes de seconde et se rapprocher. On va si Boisclair pourra suivre la cadence derrière.
5 drivers in that lead group as Brendan Bain's been able to close up a little bit here on the driver in 4th spot, Daniel Morad. Trouble, as we said, for Daniel Burkett. He kind of fell off the pace there a little bit. Is rolling back up again and hasn't fallen too far back, but just that one lap he had some issues and is now a little bit back. Let's see if he's closing up a bit. Burkett this time by a 55 flat. He's 3/10 of a second quicker than the leader as well. I think Herder's holding everybody up right now. They're all starting to get in close.
Probablement que Herder est un peu moins vite. En tout cas, ça semble se rapprocher derrière lui. J'ai l'impression qu'il va y avoir beaucoup de pression bientôt par Cooper et Richard Robichon également. Morad et Bain sont là un petit peu plus loin derrière. C'est une course de 20 tours, mesdames et messieurs. C'est la finale du DD2 qu'on vous présente, qui est présentée par PSL Karting.
Pierre-Luc Ouellette, again, 4/10 of a second quicker than Pierce Herder last time by. The lead pack actually quite a bit slower. Here we go. New leader. Ben Cooper has gone into the lead. Herder goes back into 2nd. So Ben Cooper now your leader in the SRA Karting Burrell. He'll roll it onto the front chute. It is Cooper your leader. Pierce 2nd. Robichon runs 3rd. Morad 4th. Bain in 5th. And Robichon to the inside of Herder. He'll take over 2nd spot.
Wow. On a toute une course, mesdames et messieurs. Ça se poursuit avec les changements de position. C'est maintenant Ben Cooper qui est le meneur et Richard Robichon qui est 2e.
Trouble there for Pierce Herder coming over turn number 2 and 3 as both Bain and Morad able to get by. Burkett gets through as well, so he goes all the way back. The leader of the last lap, he goes all the way back now to 6th position. That's Pierce Herder back to 6th spot, getting roughed up a little bit coming through turns 2 and 3.
Toute une course qu'on vous présente en ce moment avec cette finale Rotax DD2. Nos pilotes qui s'échangent les premières et deuxièmes positions depuis tout à l'heure, mais pour l'instant, c'est Robichon et Wallet,
So Ben Cooper leading the way now. Remember, he had not led even one of the heat races. He actually took his time, finished in the top 5, took care of those tires, and now finds himself with a race car capable of leading here in the main event. We're already past the halfway point. Just 8 laps more remaining. Cooper and Robichon pulling away 1 and 2. The Maranello of Morad runs in the 3rd spot, 4th. The Maranello of Bain, so the Maranellos run 3rd and 4th right now. Then it's the Lewis Hamilton of Burkett. Then the Lewis Hamilton of Herder in the 6th spot, Pierre-Luc Ouellette on the CRG in 7th, the Borrell of Pointe-Claire in 8th, Tyler McEwen on the CRG in 9th, and Darren White on that Tony kart from the very tail of the field, now up into the 10th spot. So good recovery for Darren White as well, back into 10th position.
On est avec 8 tours à faire. Nos meneurs sont Ben Cooper et Richard Robichon pour l'instant. Ils vont passer devant nous avec 7 tours à faire.
54.911 last time by for Ben Cooper, 54.741 for Ouellette, fastest driver on the racetrack. He's got it down to 3.4 seconds now, but he's just going to run out of time, I think. 7 laps remaining. Pierre-Luc is closing, but just not at a pace enough to catch the leader here, I believe.
Pierre-Luc Ouellette qui roule très, très rapidement, mais 7e place pour lui pour l'instant. Ça va être difficile pour lui de remonter plus haut. On verra avec 7 tours à faire ce qu'il reste. Darren White également qui fait une très bonne affaire. Lui qui était parti loin derrière se retrouve maintenant. Darren White qui était 24e sur la ligne de départ se retrouve maintenant en 9e place.
Pierre-Luc Ouellette already qualifying through the ECKC, the Eastern Canadian Karting Championships. So Pierre-Luc, 2-time world champion, already on Team Canada, head back again to try for another DD2 title. So even if he wins, it would be some other driver on there. And the same thing goes right now for Ben Cooper. Actually, Cooper actually qualified for senior right now.
Alors, on vous rappelle que ces pilotes tentent d'obtenir également une position pour les championnats mondiaux qui auront lieu au mois de novembre au Portugal. Une course très importante pour le gagnant, évidemment, alors que Ben Cooper, lui, est déjà classé dans le senior. C'est toujours Cooper, notre meneur, avec Richard Robichon 2e, Morad 3e, Bain 4e et Burkett 5e. Pas de changement derrière pour l'instant.
Margin right now between first and second, just over 2/10. They've been able to stretch away by over a second and a half from the driver currently running in 3rd spot, and that's Daniel Morad. Cooper is your leader here.
Ben Cooper qui passe devant nous avec 5 tours à faire. 5 laps remaining. Cooper in the lead. Richard Robichon 2e. Morad, Bain, Burkett. Pas de changement derrière. Ouellette qui est 7e. Christophe Boisclair 8e. Darren White qui est 9e. Tyler McEwen 10e.
Just confirming right now that Ben Cooper, should he win here, will not be part of Team Canada as a DD2 driver. He's already qualified through the Florida Winter Tour as a driver in the senior class, the Rotax Senior, so that's where he will run. So at this point here, that will put Robichon in as the Team Canada member, finishing 2nd, if indeed it ends the way it is right now. Cooper is your leader, but again, as I said, has already qualified for Team Canada as a senior driver. So this could be a good one here for Zach Robichon.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think we have a
Brendan Bain.
Bain moved into 3rd place, and look at that.
What a great run for Brendan Bain here today. He's in the 3rd spot. Guess who's running 4th? Pierre-Luc Ouellette into 4th position.
What happened to 4:17 of Daniel Morad, who was in 3rd place and just got passed? He spun. Oh, that's what happened. He spun over there.
Down in 9th position now for Daniel Morad, I believe.
Another driver out in 13 over there. Un autre pilote qui est sorti de la piste et qui semble avoir terminé sa course. On va essayer d'obtenir son numéro pour vous tenir au courant alors qu'il nous reste 4 tours à faire, 4 laps to go.
Laps winding down, as Elaine said, only 4 more circuits remaining here for our DD2 drivers. As it's Ben Cooper and Zach Robichon out front. Cooper looking to try to score the championship here. Robichon with 2nd would be on Team Canada. That would be the transfer, the ticket to Team Canada. Bain now running in third. Pierre-Luc in fourth.
Cooper, Richard Robichon, deuxième, Bain en troisième, Pierre-Luc Ouellette, quatrième, Daniel Burkett est cinquième.
Here's your top 10 right now as the laps are winding down. Ben Cooper, your leader. Zach Robichon in second. Brendan Bain third. Pierre-Luc Ouellette now fourth. An amazing run for Ouellette from dead last to fourth position right now. Daniel Burkett running in fifth. Pierce Herder in sixth spot. Christophe Boisclair in seventh. Darren White in eighth. Daniel Morad ninth. And Tyler McEwen now rounding out your top 10.
Oh, somebody went out in 13 over there again.
Driver off over in turn number 13 on the exit of 13 coming onto the straightaway. That driver trying to roll back and get the thing refired. Up front though, Cooper looking very good with 2 laps remaining. Just 2 to go now. Brendan Bain continues to turn good laps as well. Actually quicker than the leader. Bain within 2 seconds. He was actually about a half a second quicker than Robichon. Bain closing here right now on the leaders.
Wow. Toujours meneur Ben Cooper, Richard Robichon en deuxième et Bain se rapproche en troisième place.
Great run here for Brendan Bain. He is closing. Remember, that's the transfer spot, second place. If Bain can get Robichon, that's the Team Canada ticket. And he's quicker by a half a second. He's back by 1.2 and quicker than by a half a second. He's got 2 laps. Bain needs to get up on the wheel to try to challenge you right now. That would be for Team Canada.
On va leur donner le dernier tour ici alors que notre meneur Ben Cooper passe devant nous. Juste derrière, c'est Richard Robichon qui va tenter de garder sa deuxième place. Est-ce que Bain aura assez d'un tour pour le rattraper? I doubt it. Will Bain have enough?
No.
I doubt it.
Bain was quicker again, but only a tenth of a second. He had to keep a half a second advantage as he was getting. He's going to close up here, but it's not going to be enough. Ben Cooper, though, final circuit on the racetrack to score this Canadian National Championship. The driver from England who has now applied for permanent residency here in Canada. A big player here at SRA, Mont-Tremblant, working with the staff here. Just a great young man, and so already part of Team Canada in the senior category after dominance at the Rotax Florida Winter Tour. Here he comes down the back straightaway, Elaine. Great run here for Ben Cooper.
Ah, très, très belle course, effectivement, de Ben Cooper qui a mené presque la totalité de cette course. Juste derrière lui, c'est Richard Robichon qui va terminer deuxième et Bain finira troisième. Le voici. Here we are.
Your winner here, folks, today, Ben Cooper. Ben Cooper, your winner in DD2, the Canadian National Champion.
Champion du DD2, mesdames et messieurs, Ben Cooper est suivi de Richard Robichon deuxième et Brendan Bain troisième.